Oh, hey, Wonder World. Happy motherfucking Tuesday. Welcome to the 100 Wonderful Ways to Get More and Better Clients. And today we are talking about a secret revenue source that you could be using, that you could be tapping into to make an extra 5 figures this fucking month. How does that sound to you? Just say hey when you're popping on. We're going to get everything started today with really looking at your business model as a whole. And this is something that a lot of coaches don't have you do. They don't have you look at the bigger picture because they keep you super focused on just this one tiny thing. And a lot of times that's something too, like for you, you need to do in order to get results is be able to focus on that one tiny thing and improve it. But this is that creates that kind of obsession where we never create that distance. We never create that perception and that perspective shift that is going to help you to look at your business in a bigger and better way. So, of course, one of the things that we like to do is help to get more eyes on your business. So, real quick in the comments, just go ahead and put in what you sell. Tell us a little bit about your offer. Tell us about your result. Tell us about who you best fucking serve. Let's get more ideas out there and more eyes on your offers, right? And remember that inside of the unicorn group, of course, there is common alignment, right? We all have core values in common. So that means that inside of this Facebook group, I bet a lot of these people could be your clients too, right? So we want to make sure that we're tapping into that alignment and using the resource that we have to get more eyes on your offer. So go ahead and put it in the comments right now, remembering that this live goes out to 34,000 fucking high five entrepreneurs, right? And some of them definitely want what you sell. Okay, so let's really look at this from the piece of client journey, right? We've been talking about this for a couple of weeks where we've been looking at how they come into our programs and what that looks like in marketing and what that looks like in sales and delivery and creating that momentum of sales as they get incredible results inside of your programs, right? So we looked at how they feel through the process. We looked at what they're actually doing. We looked at how to get them those quick wins and create those testimonials and get you into a space of a unicorn funnel that is moving fast as fuck. Now, let's look at that hidden revenue stream. And let me give you a little bit of a story and a little bit of a perspective about this, right? Story time, guys, story time. Okay, so once upon a time, when I first got this business started, I had a signature offer. It's called Nonstop Notifications, right? This is my client attraction program. And so I built that signature offer, right? And people got really, really great results in it, but they kept asking me for something else. Okay, all of my clients, existing clients, okay, people who had already paid me were coming in and they were saying, Nicole, we want more of this mindset. We want more of these tools and techniques. We want more of you talking about mindset only, money mindset. They were asking specifically for help with their relationships. They were asking for help with their health, right? Like all of these different things. But inside of my client attraction program, I needed to stay really focused on client attraction because that's what people paid for. That's what's in the agreement. That's what's in the scope of work. That's what's in the modules is we're covering client attraction, right? How to build your YOU unicorn sales funnel so that you can call in more clients. And so if I was using those coaching calls to take up all of this time and energy really focused on money mindset, really focused on your relationship, really focused on your health journey, well, then all of the other people inside of that group program were not going to get what they paid for. Light bulbs, right? Ding, 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 ding. But then we have that awareness where it's like, okay, but we've got to sell people what the fuck they want and then deliver what they need. Now, of course, inside of Nonstop, there is tons of mindset work, right? Tons of mindset work to help you to build a program that's going to create 30 to 50K months. Of course, there's mindset because that entire program is about combining mindset with strategy into the actionable steps to be able to build and scale, right? So, of course, there's mindset. But we don't go too deep into relationship stuff. We don't go really deep into the energetic piece of money mindset. We just give you the kind of foundational pieces that you need in order to start calling in high ticket clients, right? But we don't go into the deeper pieces of this. And we don't go into the health mindset that helps you to get out of those self sabotage patterns and into the frequency of self sovereignty. These are all things that are outside of the scope of work. It's not within the promise of point A to point B for nonstop. So all these clients asking me, but Nicole, we want more. We want more. And I was like, okay, bitches, I'll give you more, right? And so that's when I created Unicorns Only. It was right after I had my first six-figure month, which was just 8 months into this whole crazy business journey for me, right? Just 8 months in, I started Unicorns Only. And this is the Mindset Society. This is a membership program. And so inside of that membership, guess what you get? Mindset for health, wealth, and relationships, really allowing you a space to peel those layers back, to look at yourself a little bit differently. And it also includes Manifest the Moon. Manifest the Moon is the prequel to Nonstop. It's basically everything that I did in my mindset journey to go from that fired ass fucking bartender to being somebody who could start my own seven-figure business. So yes, this very much covers the health portion where I quit drinking and all the drugs and all the drums and the rock and roll, right? All the bad dudes, right? So got out of those health sabotage patterns and then also called in the love of my life, right? And created that healthy relationship after years and years of abusive relationships. So all the relationship pieces of the mindset and of course, all of the money mindset piece, that feeling of the worthiness, the deservedness that you need to have in place as you go to start your business. So I created this whole fucking world where you can really hyper focus in on that mindset. But that became a bigger part of my ecosystem. And so this became more revenue. Okay, so when I first launched Unicorns Only, boom, right? Created multiple five figures, not just in people coming in the door, right? But in retention, okay, of people paying every single month. And so creating that kind of revenue, right? And so once I realized that, I was like, oh, I was sleeping on a revenue stream. I didn't understand that this was here. But the key ingredients that we needed in order for that revenue stream to be successful was a bunch of clients who had already paid me. And a lot of times, what I see with my clients and the people that I'm coaching is that a lot of times you guys are kind of taking that for granted, right? Is that you don't realize that the people who paid you the first time are the people who want to pay you again and again and again and again and again, because of course you're fucking awesome and they fucking love you. Of course they fucking want more. But people are afraid to offer more. People don't know how to offer more. And people don't think about the client journey from the state of retention. The fact of the matter is, guys, is that client acquisition is the most expensive thing that we do in our businesses. It costs the most time, the most money, the most energy, the most ingenuity. It costs all of that, right? So it has that kind of frequency where we're focused on it all the time. Acquisition, acquisition, acquisition. Well, if it's so expensive and it's so time consuming, then we got to make sure that once we acquire those clients, we of course keep them happy through that client journey that we've been talking about, right? We help them to get those results, but also we focus on the frequency of retention. Okay. And there's lots of different ways in the pillar of retention. There's lots of different ways to help you retain your clients. Sometimes that means that they're staying in the same program, like a monthly membership, right? They want to keep coming back for more. They love what they're getting. They want more of the same, right? Sometimes that means ascension, that they've gotten really great results inside of your program. And now they're ready to level up to that next piece. They're ready to get into that next frequency and they want to ascend to a higher ticket offer that has a higher and better delivery of promise, right? This could be your premium value offers, right? Sometimes it's an enhancement offer, which is exactly what Unicorns Only is. It's an enhancement offer. It's intended that inside of any of my client attraction money-making programs, if you want to bolt on that added piece of mindset, health, focusing on health, wealth, and relationship, then you just add the monthly membership. You just boom, right? Add it on there, just $97 a month, and you get this space where you get to really focus intensely on your mindset, which of course helps you to make more money, helps you to build that unicorn sales funnel, helps you to fucking scale, helps you to become the person, helps you in all of these different ways. So that's the enhancement offer. All of these pieces are retention offers where we're taking existing clients and then we're making them another offer. And within that other offer, of course, we generate more revenue, but they get more of us, maybe in a slightly different way. Another way that you can create retention offers is in-person events, right? So you know that we have Wonder Camp. We do Wonder Camp every single year. And in Wonder Camp, people get to come out to Lake Tahoe. They get to be in person with us for a week. We get to stay in these cute little cabins when we're on the lake where I manifested millions of fucking dollars. And we work together on closing. One closing technique. Every single year, we go through this process, right? So this is a way to create client retention because we're giving them something above and beyond that standard offer, beyond the signature offer, to help them to get more of what they want, to help them to increase their results, and of course, to help them to fucking love our brand and build that long-term loyalty and become part of our people for forever, right? We create that connection at a deeper frequency. So you can create those kinds of experiences like Wonder Camp, right? We also have one that we do in New Orleans that's a little bit more situated for the energetic piece. So we're not so focused on the strategy of closing, we're more in the energetic alignment piece of connecting that frequency, right? Really being the person and awakening your energy. This is where we get deep into the magic and deep into the woo. So these are great ways to create client retention so that people who buy from you buy again and again and again. Does this make sense? Are we following along, right? So I want you to be looking at your signature offer. Okay, now it's very important. Okay, order of operations. Follow me here, guys, right? Order of operations. We got to fill up our signature offer first. Okay, so this is the mistake that I see a lot of people making. Okay, is that you're like, oh, this sounds exciting. This sounds new. This sounds fun. I can't wait to build a new offer. I love new branding. Oh my God, new logo, new program name. Yay, yay, yay. All the things that you're so fucking excited about, right? But you skip the very most important step. Okay, is that first we got to fill up the signature offer. Okay, I had about 60 or 70 people inside of Nonstop before I started Unicorns Only. I had already made about $350,000 in that 8 months, right? And so like I already had a big chunk of clients. So that meant when I opened up the doors for Unicorns Only, I had a flood of people buying because there was already a bunch of people who had already bought from me. In Wonder World, we have an 86% retention rate. And so that means that 86% of you guys who bought from us do buy again. Okay, so that creates all of these different ascension paths. That creates all of these retention paths so that we're building know, like, and trust, and not just in the marketing process, but in the sales process and the delivery process. If you come into Nonstop, you fucking love it, you want more of the same, well then, bitch, we see you at Wonder Camp, right? That's how it works, right? You come into fucking Wonder Camp, you have a great fucking time, and you're like, you know what? This in-person shit is fucking awesome. Like, I'm gonna fucking sign up for New Orleans, okay? So that frequency happens because people love the experience that you're providing. So when we really focus on that client journey, we focus on that client experience, we serve at the highest and best frequency, people get the results that they were promised inside of the offer, they create that revenue or health or relationship or whatever it is that you're promising, boom, they want more. Okay, so then you start to look at your entire ecosystem. You widen that angle lens, you give yourself more of that in-depth alignment, and you start looking at what your clients want, what they want more of the same of. Okay, so the mistake that I see people here making constantly is doing all of those things at the same time. It's like, okay, I'm going to start a signature program, a membership, I'm going to do an in-person event, and I'm going to create a premium ticket ascension offer all on the same day. Okay, and so then what happens? You spend all this time and energy building out a bunch of modules, building out a bunch of logos, building out a bunch of workbooks, you spend some fucking money, you hire a fucking graphic designer, you do all this fucking bullshit, and nothing happens. You don't have any clients, right? You're like, what the fuck? I thought if I built all these things that people would magically fucking show up. That's not how that works, right? That's not how that works. You've got to become the person that understands the frequency of order of operations. This is something that I tell my clients over and over and over again. If you want to be a badass at client retention and you want to have an 86% client retention rate, that means that you got to start with client acquisition. Okay, this is first step, right? First step, acquire clients into your signature program. Okay, not into a monthly membership, not into a low ticket, but into your signature high ticket program. When you build out your signature program first, this gives you the ability to create all of these retention, ascension, and enhancement offers in accordance with what your clients, people who've already paid you, are asking for. Okay, so the order of operations needs to come into place is that first and foremost, we're going to fill up our signature offer. Okay, we're going to fill up that signature offer. We're going to put a whole bunch of people through it. You know, try and get 30, 40, 50, 100 fucking people in there, because when you do that, you're going to make a bunch of fucking money. Okay, you're going to make a bunch of fucking money. You're going to get a bunch of testimonials. You're going to get a bunch of people cheering your fucking name, because in the process of closing those, 30 to 50 to 100 clients, you know what else is going to happen? You're going to have a whole bunch of fans in your audience that haven't bought yet, okay? That are on the fence, that are like, I really want it, but they have one more cat needs a bath excuse, okay? So once you have that pool of people, then you listen intently, okay? Not to what you want, but to what your clients want, what they are literally asking for. They're saying, you know what? I wish that we had more of this. And that's exactly what's happening inside of Nonstop. People were raising their hands like, can we work on my relationship today? And I'm like, this is a group call for client attraction. Like, no, we can't work on your relationship. Like, that's outside of the parameters of the offer. And so I kept having people asking me, it's like, hey, I've got this shitty husband. Can you help me? Hey, I want help with my Tinder profile. Okay. Because they hear all my stories on the podcast. And so they want it and they're asking for it. And I was like, okay, so people want help with this. They were asking for more help with their money mindset, right? It's like, okay, I'm getting the basics. I'm understanding. I just made 10K this month, but I want more. I'm like, okay, right? So giving them more and helping them to identify those self-sabotage patterns to shift them into self-sovereignty patterns, right? They asked for it. So I was able to deliver something that my audience truly wanted, that they were actually asking for. And this is the only time that you should be creating an enhancement offer. You should not be creating an enhancement offer because you think this is what people are going to ask for or what you're assuming about your clients. We know about assumptions, right? Something about you and me and an ass. Okay. So we know that assuming what our clients want never gets us really in the right arena. We got to listen to them. So once we listen and all of our clients are telling us the same thing, then we know exactly what enhancement offer to build. Then we know exactly what ascension offer to build. Okay. And so when we're listening to our clients, when we're really tapping into that frequency, of course, they feel seen and heard. The more seen and heard they feel, the better your retention rates get. Does this make some sense, right? Are we picking it up? Are we picking it up and putting it down? Okay, so when we want to create high level client retention, there's a couple things that we need to do in order for that to be successful. Okay, so you should be listening here. The first thing is that we need to have clients first. Okay, we can't retain them if we don't have them. So we got to work on acquisition. Okay, now once they get inside of the programs and they are getting results, then they're going to start asking us for more. It's like, if a mouse, give a mouse a cookie, okay, it's going to want some fucking milk. So then you can start selling milk because you have a whole bunch of mouses with looking little cookies in their mouths. Right? Okay, so we know that these mice are thirsty. Okay, they want fucking milk, right? So when we create that kind of energy inside of our signature offer, it is very easy to bolt on an enhancement or an ascension offer because we already have people asking for it. Okay, so then when you go and you make the offer, people are just going to rush in the door and you're going to feel really good about it. That alignment's going to be there. And of course, we're going to create that retention because it was a lot of time and energy and work and give a fuck to create the client acquisition in the first place. So we want to increase the lifetime value, the LTV, right? Increase the lifetime value of our clients. Because let me ask you a question real quick. How long are you going to run this business? Like literally put it in the comments. How long are you going to run this business? Is this like a 1 year thing? Are we going to stop after, we got 11 months to go? How long are you going to run this business? I mean, reasonably, if it's more than 5 years, then we've really got to start looking at the lifetime value of our clients and creating that healthy ecosystem in our business so that we can unlock those limitless revenue streams. Okay. So once we start understanding, like, oh, this is 5 years, 10 years. Some of you are real young, right? And you're like, I'm doing this shit for 20 fucking years. Like, okay. So when we look at 5 years, 10 years, and 20 years, like imagine one of the clients you have today, right now. Okay. Imagine that client, right, stays with you. Maybe they retain, they stay in that same container that they're in, they stay in the signature offer because they love it, right? Okay. Maybe they ascend. Maybe they go up to that next tier. Okay. Maybe they come to an in-person event, or maybe they come to an in-person event every fucking year because they love you and they think you're fucking awesome, right? Maybe they buy some of these one-offs. Maybe they buy your membership because they just want more proximity. Now, I want you to stretch that client out. Okay. So maybe that client came into your signature offer and paid you, I don't know, 5K. Okay. So maybe you got 5K. And so you're thinking, oh, clients are worth $5,000. Wow, wrong, right? Absolutely not. They're worth way more than $5,000 because they come into that $5,000 offer and then maybe they retain. And if you're like us, maybe you give a fun little bonus discount at the end and you let them stay in for another year for half price. Okay. So now we're at 7,500. We got 7,500 bucks. Okay. But then they decide that they want to come to your in-person event and that's another fucking 5K. Right. So now we're at 12,500. Okay. And then they come to that event again and again and again. And so let's just bolt on another couple years here. So now they're at 32,500, right? And they've bought your monthly membership, and maybe that monthly membership is about $1,000 a year. So maybe they're about 40K. So now this client that you thought was a 5K client over the time of a couple years has spent $40,000 in your funnel. Okay, so if you knew beyond a shadow of a motherfucking doubt, right? If you did the LTV, you got this in your fucking head, you started looking at the data, you started measuring this money, right? And really understanding it and really looking at it. And you started to get your head around the fact that every single 5K client that you acquire turns into a $40,000 client in a matter of, let's call it 5 years. In 5 years, somebody's spending $40,000. How much more work are you going to do for that acquisition? Now that you understand the lifetime value of that client, now that you know that they're going to spend $40,000 with you over the next 5 years, and not to mention the fact that they're building a relationship with you, not to mention the fact that they're sending over amazing testimonials that close more clients, not to mention the fact that they're sending in fucking referrals. Right? Okay. So that client is becoming more and more valuable. You really have to understand the value of your clients, both the monetary and those kind of intangible, touchy-feely kind of feelings that come in when we look at the value of a specific human in our lives, right? When you really understand the value of this person and how they play out in your business, you're going to do a better job focusing on client acquisition because you're going to understand how valuable that client is to you. Okay, so when we look at these pieces of acquisition to fill up the signature program first, right, before we build out any of the rest of this, before we start focusing on retention, ascension, enhancement, when we look at this piece specifically of client acquisition, how's that going for you? Put it in the comments. How many clients have you closed? How many years have you been in business? Okay. In how many years? Okay. So for us, we have closed over 5,000 clients. I think it's about 5,100. Okay. About 5,100 clients in almost 5 years, right? It's almost the group's birthday, right? The group's going to be 5 next week, right? So the group will be 5 next week. You guys are all coming to the birthday party, right? Guys, so we got our 5-year birthday party coming up. But in those 5 years, we've served over 5,000 clients. What do your numbers look like? Right now, I want you to understand, right? We have those programs didn't all exist, we built them over time, but I know that on average, the lifetime value of any of our given clients, okay, this is everybody from the $7 offers all the way up to the $50,000 offers, right? The average lifetime value of our clients from what I'm projecting right now, okay, is $35,000 to $45,000. Okay. And so that's what we're looking at. So I know that every single person that comes into the funnel, every single person that buys Content the Crushes for just $7 fucking, every single person that comes into Money Making Unicorns for just $47 a fucking month, right, will eventually ascend. They'll buy Wonder Retreats. They'll come to Wonder Camp. They'll buy Nonstop. They'll go up into the Secret Scaling program, right? They might come to New Orleans and hang out. Maybe they'll buy one of my one-off crazy fucking offers, right? Okay, so we have all of these different ways that people can buy and buy again because they want more of the same. Does this make sense? So we know that that lifetime value is between 35 and 45,000 fucking dollars. So we spend a lot of time and energy in acquisition. We really focus on acquisition because we know that this is what creates the long-term energy, the long-term revenue that prevents feast and famine cycles. So if you want to be able to tap into that frequency of being able to make an extra 5 figures this month, the best thing to do is to look at those existing clients. Okay, so Adam's had 100 clients in the last 4 years, right? Kicking ass, taking names. Okay, so when we're looking at that number and we're saying, okay, this is how many clients I've had in the last fucking 4 years. If you looked at all of those clients, Adam, right now, all those clients, what's one thing that they want? What is a very sexy enhancement or ascension offer that you could offer to your existing clients? Because people who buy again. You want to make an extra 5 figures this month, craft a specific offer that is just for the people who have already paid you. This doesn't have to be a long-standing program. It doesn't have to be an in-person event, right? It can be an impromptu thing, right? You can go in and say, hey, we're going to offer these specific 1-hour-long coaching calls where you get to come in, and because you've already bought, you get them at 50% off. If you want to create a burst of revenue and a cash injection, one of the best things to do is to tap into the frequency of the clients who have already paid you, and to really listen to them, really understand what they want, and make them a no-brainer offer that feels really fucking good and really fucking aligned for them. Okay, so when we tap into this frequency, this is how we generate those bursts of revenue. And here's the other thing too, right? You can always offer that offer up to everybody. You don't have to only offer it to your existing clients. And so then maybe some people outside of your world get word of that and they're like, ooh, I'm going to buy that thing too, because they see this momentum of sales, right? They see all of these clients buying this thing and they're like, everybody else is buying this thing. Like, where did they get this thing? I want this fucking thing too. And so then they buy too. And now, boom, you've just created a new client. And guess what? That new client carries that lifetime value. And that new client becomes somebody who buys from you again and again and again. This creates that ecosystem. Okay. When we have that ecosystem, that is when we can really look at the frequency of scaling and how to elevate beyond into that next level. But what does it all start with, guys, right? We get that big pictures stretching a million miles away, right? What does it all start with? Client acquisition. Okay. If we don't know how to acquire clients in the first place, and I tell you guys this all the time, the biggest expense that you have in your business, it's not taxes. It's not a team. It's not your coach. The biggest expense that you have in your business right now is not knowing how to generate more revenue, not knowing how to acquire more clients. When you know how to acquire more clients, you can feed this money-making machine, this impact-driving fucking machine that's changing your life and the lives of everybody else. When you know how to feed that thing with client acquisition and that unicorn sales funnel, this changes fucking everything. Okay. It changes the entire dynamic. And all of a sudden you can do all these things that you're so fucking excited about. You can build that membership. You can build that in-person fucking event, knowing that people are going to buy it, that it is absolutely going to fill up. You can build an ascension offer that is really activating for you to get to deliver and love every fucking second of it. All because you did the right order of operations. You focused on your signature program first, and you got really good at client acquisition. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I give you guys that first building block, that most important building block, the content strategy to be able to call in ready to invest clients who are in fact in the catalyst. They're ready to buy now, not 6 to 8 months from now, because we're not using any of that nasty pain point marketing. We're going straight to the catalyst where people are ready to buy, and we're focusing all of our marketing efforts to the catalyst using a system called Content That Crushes. Content That Crushes is just $7 fucking, okay? For just $7 fucking, you get the content strategy that I use to close 10 high ticket clients in my first 6 weeks to start that client acquisition funnel, right? To get all those clients into a pool so we start closing more and more and more and more clients so that we can create the enhancements, so we can create the ascension, so that we can create that really healthy ecosystem as we begin to scale our businesses. Okay, so drop a unicorn in the comments to get Content That Crushes. We'll send it over to you, okay? And one of the added bonuses of Content That Crushes, okay, is that you also get the ability to post in this group. Because remember what I told you at the beginning of this video, right? You have some core value alignment with every single person that's in this group, because this group was built from client attraction. We didn't use bots. We didn't send out fucking a whole bunch of invitations and get people to join out of an obligation. Every single person inside of this group was brought here from client attraction. Okay. This is my client attraction technique that I teach inside of Nonstop Notifications to help you to build aligned audiences full of ready to invest clients, right? But you are going to understand that in this group, you have some core value fucking alignment. So every single person here could potentially be a really great client for you. So when you get Content That Crushes, you're going to get to the end of it. You got to do the fucking modules, because if you don't do the modules, well, it's fucking useless, right? Action takers get results. So you get to the end of the modules, and then you're going to receive a bonus. And that bonus is called your Wonder Vow. When you take your Wonder Vow, you post this little video that shows that we know you did Content That Crushes, we know you followed through, we know you're a fucking action taker. We're just going to turn on your post approval. Okay, so you no longer have to sit in the queue and wait. Okay, and you can post anytime you fucking want, right? You can just come in here and you can post, you can promote. We want you to promote, right? So when you get Content That Crushes, you get access to promote in this audience that we're literally building every single day for $7 one time. Okay, this is not $7 a month. This is not a membership thing. This is just one time. I just want you to take Content That Crushes, get your head around these 5 algorithm hacking pieces of content that are helping you to call into ready to invest clients now who want to buy high ticket fucking clients. Okay, so we want you in Content That Crushes. We want you posting in this group. We want all of your brilliant and amazing fucking content coming in here and making this group more and more valuable for every single person that joins. Okay, so drop those unicorns in the comments and we will send over content that fucking crushes so that you can come play unicorn games with us. But I'm heading over to Money Making Unicorns right now, which is my $47 a month membership that focuses specifically on strategy. And we are going to be breaking down how to create these client retention systems in your business so that people come back wanting more and more and more of the motherfucking same. So get out there, do all of the wonderful things, and guys, we'll see you next fucking Tuesday, all right?